morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the reading guy. Biffid at yahoo.com. All right. Biffid at yahoo.com. 603-404-9338. Today with me, we have the wonderful artist here, Anthony Williams. You can introduce yourself.
Well, thank you very much, David. I'm a practicing artist in Manchester, and it's a big part of my life. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm an artist. And I also have my own show, Art Expressions. And I want to put out real quick that I hope that artists will have more places to go. Galleries will reopen instead of closing because of this COVID thing, so that we have a place to go. And there's Creative Framing Solutions that is moving from their place on Hanover, and they're moving to Chestnut. And Vern Orlosk, she makes wonderful glass pieces, is moving right next door to her on Chestnut. And every Sunday, Jason Bagata has a drawing class from 1 to 3, and I have to push that, and I thank David for giving me the time. We really need places to go. It's gotten worse since COVID, but I'm working on a painting that we can look at later, I guess, whenever David feels like it. And I call it a series of paintings with the title of Urban Reality Cookies. And I guess whenever we get time, we'll talk about it. But I'm glad that Dave has me on the show and gives me something to do. And I thank him very much.
Quite welcome. I just want to hit on a couple of things, Anthony, before we get to your progress on your painting. The first one is I'm doing a survey/poll now because remember, I don't know if you were here. No, the other week I gave out the telephone numbers of Shaheen, Hassan, and Pappas, and the other congresswoman, I forget her name, because I'm not familiar with her. She doesn't represent me.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know who you mean.
Anyway, so here's the survey is all right, everybody who called up your elected politicians to either agree with them or let them know how you feel about all the crap that's been going on, raise your hand. All right.
There you go.
Very good. The other thing.
Annie Custer.
That's it, Annie Custer. I gave out all those numbers, but I called. And I want to reiterate again, those ads you see with Maggie Hassan talking about without the voter rights bill, which is really voter fraud bill, democracy is going to be stolen by the white supremacists. You know how it is, right? They're outright lies. But this is what I want to stress is because it's a twofold thing here. Part of that voter rights bill is that they cannot they can't take the names off the list of people that haven't voted, we'll say like in 95 years, or people that moved away, they can't touch those lists. And why are they protecting that? Why is that law that they can't do that?
Right.
To me, it's just bizarre. I'll tell you, so that's part of the thing. And the second thing is last Thursday, Judicial Watch. Everybody, if it's one group you want to support Judicial Watch. They fight for every American. They're pro-American. They stand up for the Constitution. They fight for the Constitution. People, and they're pro-American, so naturally I'm sure they must be white supremacists and racists and sexists and all this stuff. But anyway, on Thursday, they settled a lawsuit with North Carolina. North Carolina has to remove 430,000 inactive names off the voter lists.
Good.
Right, so now think about it. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Why do they want to pass a law to make it against the law to remove those names? Could it be because, And I don't care how political it sounds, because the Dems, if they know there's 430,000 inactive names on the rolls, they're going to have 430,000 illegals or non citizens go in and vote for them. Case in point. And after I read all this, I just heard this yesterday. The feds have settled 48,000 Afghans in Loudoun County, Virginia. First of all, one reason is because their corrupt, what's his name, got voted out of office. And the other thing I'm thinking is why do they have 48,000 inactive names on the voting list? Right? I mean, really, but that's how pathetic it is. So
it's getting worse too, David. It's like this white supremacist thing, or where they build. Sure, the Klan is still very much alive. They joined forces with the American Nazi Party, and I think around 1977, 78. They make no bones about it. They're still there. But if they use that as a scare tactic, which they are, because prior to all this, I've been a Democrat most of my life. And I came to the conclusion after 8 years of Obama, I said to myself, this guy is pulling the wool. And so I did some research on Obama. I won't make it a long, long statement, but people of America need to realize we need to stand together. It's beyond Democrat, Republican now. We're talking about a republic that people have fought and died for. We're talking about a country that, no, it's not perfect, but this is a country that people have fought and died for. We have a Declaration of Independence. We have a Constitution, and we should stick by that. And as far as the politicians on the Dem side, and I never thought I'd say this, I voted for Donald Trump, and I don't care who knows it. And I hope I can do it again. I look at the condition of this country when Trump was in office, and I said to myself, oh my God, I'm sure he's going to get reelected. Look at this, the economy, everything. I don't care how he tweets on Twitter or does anything else. I look at the list of things the man did. And as far as these politicians like President Biden that stay in office for 40-some years, and Pelosi, sometimes I think she's Lon Chaney Jr.'s sister in a mummy suit. No offense, Blonde. But anyway, thank God the phone's here.
That's right.
It says phone.
Oh, wow. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Good, thank you. I'm going to make this short. You were talking about, like a lot of illegals, names that weren't, in other words, some of them are dead and some of them, I'm trying to get at. Mm-hmm. So anyway, when I die, I hope I don't vote Democrat. Thank you.
That's
I like that.
Right, I know.
It is, like I said, these I call them, and we call them,
I don't know what I did here.
Lifetime politicians.
Well,
there should definitely be term limits. Because haven't you figured it out that a lot of these people have come into office, and when they get out of office, they're buying $22 million mansions? What's up with that? Huh, bozo? And Pelosi, you're worth $30 million because you get inside information, and that doesn't mean that all Democrats are bad, and it doesn't mean that all Republicans are good. It just means that we have to get over this dividing line, and we have to realize we're Americans. And look what your father did. Look what his father did. Sure, it's been a tough battle, but still, this is the best country to live in. Now they want to take it and blow it apart and let everybody and their brother come over here without learning to speak English, without any kind of work background where they could be checked out. My grandmother came from Ireland. My grandfather came from Germany. They had to follow the rules, learn to speak English, come through, register. That's one thing that Trump was doing and building the wall, and there's a reason. Now you know why. And I heard Texas is continuing. We need to stop these illegals from coming in this country and settling everywhere.
Speaking of walls, they don't want to build the wall. They say it doesn't really do anything
Yes,
yet.
Mm-hmm.
why are they putting up a fence now again around the Capitol for
Exactly.
Biden's State of the Union address if
Right.
they don't serve any purpose?
Right.
But what gets me is, there's people there, Democrats, they've been lied to and they've believed the lies for so many years now. And if you mention something like that to them about, you don't want to build the wall, but you're going to put the wall around the Capitol,
Right.
they'll deny it up and down.
Right.
I don't get it.
Look what's happened to mainstream media in the last couple of years. You can't trust any of them.
I know. I don't watch any
you're,
of them.
You're getting all this false information. ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, all of them. CNN has 4 people with sexual assault charges. The CEO just stepped down. They have one guy already indicted, and there's 2 more that for pedophilia and having affairs with younger girls and this and that. It goes on and on and on. And then they say, okay, we have freedom of speech. Do we really have freedom of speech? Everywhere you go, you're logged. Everything, we're being watched. We're being everything every day. If you register for this, it's crazy. People need to wake up. This is America. It's not perfect, but it's the best country in the world to live. Let's not destroy it.
Everybody wants to come. Everyone in the world wants to come here. And this is what gets me. These people want to turn it into another China.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
Socialism is not good. It has never worked. If it worked, then why are all these people from Argentina coming up here? Why are they getting right behind some of these Mexicans, of which most of them are cartels? They're selling drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fact, but people don't read, they don't research. They sit there in front of controlled mass media and, I don't want to, I never heard that. Of course you haven't. You need to dig and research. They're throwing people off the internet that they shouldn't. They're screwing around with people like Alex Jones. He's never lied about anything.
Yep.
And one thing I know about him is that if he makes a mistake and shoots his mouth off a little bit too much, he apologizes and tells the people that he made a mistake. But he'll tell you why, because he was led down the wrong path. You need people like that. You need people to stick up for this country. We don't need socialism. It has never, ever worked. Look at China. Look at Russia. You think they're happy in there?
Look at Cuba.
Cuba, yeah. It's not the people. It's the government. It's people like Putin. This is going to get worse, people.
Right. The politics are horrible.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, and I forgot, it was right on the tip of my tongue.
I'll be quiet and let you do what you want.
Oh, God. Anyway, first what I want to say, anybody who wants a reading, want to give me a call, 603-640-3091. If you want to comment on what we've been talking about, 603-640-3091. We'd be glad to hear from you. It was about the politics. Oh, isn't that unbelievable? Oh, well, must not be meant to be said. But anyway, Anthony, so fill us in on the progress here. Update us on the progress of this painting that you brought.
This is a painting that I started, probably a couple of years ago. And a little bit. And I brought on Dave's show for the first time. I didn't have as much as I have now. But by the time I'm done with this, it's going to say it all. We are reaching that point in time, and they say within the next, they're talking 10 to 12 years or less, that 43% of the working population will be out of work because of artificial intelligence. And I've researched robot cops, robot this, robot that. We have 18-wheelers on the road now there's no human behind the wheel, and people don't realize that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary.
And they have, have you ever seen a little robot that is at FedEx or one of them that has in Manchester, goes down the street, and about 10 feet behind the robot is somebody with a control box, and they go into the mailboxes where people drop off things for FedEx. Huh. But this painting is, it's got Google, it's got MITRE, it's got Omicron, I'm going to have, I've got pictures or sketches of Manchester, some on Elm, some in this. I'm going to make a statement of all the things that you take into your head that's going on in the world. Sometimes it travels so fast you don't have time to pay attention to it all. But what I do is I like to get on the internet and I find interesting. I call them stories. But this story here is going to be what it says. It's going to have robot cops, which it does. It's going to have cameras everywhere. I've got G5 towers that are coming up. People need to research them, what's going on. And I'm going to fill the whole board up. In fact, I found this board in the trash, and I walked by it and said, nah. Well, I come back a couple minutes later, I picked it out, and I didn't even sand it down. I just started painting, and I'm going to fill the entire thing up, and it may take me a while. So this is the way I have to express myself when it comes to taking in all the knowledge is the painting. It's something that will develop. It's like you can take all the sorrow, all the feelings, whatever's on the outside, and you can write music and play guitar. And I can't do that, so what I have to do is take everything that's inside me and put it on paper and then put it on canvas, and that's my expression. And I'm at that generation now. I may live another 10 years, 5 years. Maybe I'll get into my 90s, but I'm telling you, we are headed for a world that is going to be less human. And I can feel that already now with being the age I am now. And I talk to people my age or around my age, and you can feel it where the younger people are just kind of on their computers, don't know how to write their name.
No,
and I mean, it's right there. And then at the same time, we have homeless people. We have young people that are able to work. And I'm not going to categorize them saying that they're all lazy and they're all good for nothing, because that's not true. Some have problems, mental, emotional problems, obviously financial problems. But there's no way in any city across this America that these people should have to sleep out on the sidewalk in the winter or any other time. And I'm putting together all this. I'll call it my emotional release. But it's going to have, it's already got Manchester in there, like I said. And these robots that people don't think that they don't really have yet, that it's Star Trek stuff. Well, they've already had a robot come from Saudi Arabia that was a female, and when you first look at it from a distance, I mean, you can obviously tell it's a female.
Oh. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Very good. What can we do for you today?
I would love a reading.
All right. Tarot cards, psychic oracle cards.
You choose.
All right, let's do psychic oracle cards, because I haven't used those in quite a while because Liz always used them, so I never did. I'll pull three.
Well, imagine you're talking to Liz.
I know. I thought it was you. I was going to say it.
Oh, you guys are great. I just want to give a shout out.
Thanks. Are you watching, or you just know we're on?
Oh, I'm watching. I got you on my TV.
Wow. That's from Massachusetts.
Uh-oh.
Hey, now be kind.
From Massachusetts.
Hey, I was born in Boston, so.
So I know. So this is going to be a little bit difficult now because I know you, so I kind of know.
I was hoping Liz might have been on, but.
No, Liz is gone. Liz, no more Liz, just me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. So.
Well, it's okay. Just whatever the stars are aligned with, just whatever happens and pulls you.
Right. All right. Okay. So we start with obstacles and challenges.
Story of my life, honey.
I know that's.
I love a challenge.
So we know. It is. It's still, I've known it for years. So, by the way, you should come on the show. By the way.
Well, give that some thought.
Yeah, give it some thought, because guests are always welcome. All right. So obstacles and challenges. And I know, and you have lots of obstacles and plenty of challenges. But, you know, if you look at the card, all right, what you have to remember is, you know, it's you're more sort of it's more confident, and you have sort of a grip on a better grip on them than what you really think that you have on them. You can certainly exert a little bit more control with them. I know you exert a lot of control, but you could even go another step further. And
I keep getting the assertive card, and I'm like, why am I getting that?
all right, so you know that. And, you know, you can see, of course, you know, it might not be comfortable. You know, it might seem like, you know, a sort of little dark period, but just beyond it, not too far, you'll start to see the light. Of course, the next card we have is patience. You need patience, my dear. I know you have patience, but God, and is your patience tried all the time? But, but just
That's okay. This is good.
right. So what you have to do is, you know, keep in mind every time, you know, like somebody sticks a thorn in you, you know, try to just not let it pinch you the way they want it to pinch you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Give a little resistance. Let the thorn have a little less pinch or punch, shall we say.
That's good.
You know, everything will meld together better for you. It'll be just a little bit smoother, just enough to make a difference, you know, so that you can keep looking ahead and, you know, saying that I'm going to get through this, I can do this. And of course, once you do, look at this, love begins. You don't have far to go, and look at it. Once you you know, face the obstacles and challenges head on, and I know you can, well, I know you're doing it now, but keep doing it with the patience, and before you know it, it's like the sky is just going to open up. It's going to be so bright and joyous and happy. So
Sounds good.
there's your reading. I know it is. It's tough because when you know someone, but
I know it's hard.
but well, that's why I tried just to concentrate on, you know, like I did my brother. I gave my brother a reading. I don't know, maybe a year ago, but it was the same thing. He just, you know, really just try to stick to what the cards say. So, and as Liz would say, we'll pull the bottom card just to see what the overall, no, what the
What's the last card you're holding? I can't see it on the TV that good.
The last one was patience, but this one,
Oh, I thought-
as Liz would always say, Liz Santana, should pull the bottom card and say, this is the overall energy going on now. Well, which it is. Well, conflict and despair, but I'd sort of throw despair by the wayside, because we know she does have lots of conflict going on. So, well, at least you know the cards are right. You got the cards you were supposed to get, Liz.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So when would you like to come on the show as a guest?
So
She's
what was
a
the last
writer.
card? I'm confused. I heard obstacles. I heard patience, but the third card I never.
Oh,
got.
love begins.
It's
Love
great.
begins. It
Oh,
was
love begins. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was the
Ask her what she thinks about the painting.
yeah. Would have
Oh, it's spot on because no, it's spot on.
wait. Did you see the Anthony's painting?
Yes, I did.
Did
It was
did
beautiful.
there you go. Do you have any thoughts on it?
Wait till it's finished. It'll scare you.
Well, it's deep. It's very deep. Let's put it that way.
Yes, thank you.
It's got a lot of moving pieces in it. There's a lot of prophecy in it. That's what I see, insight and prophecy.
Yes, there is. It's
But I don't
a
even want to elaborate on some of it because it's very
very.
it's very deep, but it's good.
Thank you.
You know.
She
But no, those are good. I know the sky's opening up, and there's going to be lots of rain, lots of sunshine coming my way, honey.
Mm-hmm. And how? That's right.
And I'm
That's
doing
right.
all the work I need to do to get there.
Oh, you're doing it. She's doing extra. She's doing extra. I know. All right, listen.
Hey, it was great talking to you. I think you guys are
Same.
doing an awesome job, and I'd love to hear more about that painting.
Yeah, hey.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to give you a shout out and get a call in.
Great, thanks.
But I do love it.
You
I
can-
love the fact that it's kind of a human and an android,
That's what's coming.
coming out. I know it is, yeah. I didn't want to say too much, but yeah. They've already have it, I believe. It's already
Yes,
existing.
they're about 30 years
and
ahead
we
of
see some
us.
of them on TV, I believe, too, so
Yeah,
that's just me.
they're about 30 years ahead of us, but they got a lot that they're not letting loose.
Yeah,
Cool.
well,
And don't
good
forget,
will always rise.
right? And don't
When
forget,
evil rises, good rises.
and just real change, because seeing as we're on live TV, don't forget to call your politicians, whether you agree or disagree with what's going on.
Yes, I do that.
Yep.
I heard that.
Good.
Thank you very much. Everybody needs to know that.
You're
Hey,
very.
it was great, guys. I don't want to type your line.
All right, I'll call you later on.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
okay, bye.
So,
I've known her for years.
Really?
Liz, yes, your sweetheart.
I don't really like to get too political anymore because after a while you get tired of, and that's when I think we make the mistake where if we don't have the knowledge and keep up with the knowledge, when you do that, you'll know the good from the bad, obviously, but you'll know when you're being fooled and when it's down to earth, honest, right to you. You will automatically discern that. And when I first got here today, you had a lot of energy too. You were like, if you made those phone calls and this and that,
right, yeah.
but you have to. It's almost like it's a cry for. Like I believe in term limits, and I think that it's time for some of those ladies in New Hampshire to move on
I agree.
and find another job somewhere because you're not doing a very good job. What you're doing is going along with
The radicals, really, they're not really.
how should I term them without getting too explicit? You're heading down the wrong path, and I can't believe that it's happened like this. And if you say one thing like, well, do you support Black Lives Matter? And you make the statement, I support all lives. That includes all of us. You're some kind of nut.
Right, or you're a racist.
Racist.
Right, I know.
That's what they like to put down. Or white supremacists, which they tried to prove that Donald Trump was part of the... I mean, not just him, but other people. If you have a conservative voice, if you look down the path of the light, I call it, you'll see things for what they really are, and you can't understand why some people don't see them. You just... It's horrible what I see what's going on, what they're doing to the kids in the school. Dave, I'll tell a short story if you don't mind.
Go
I was
ahead.
working on a mural last year in an alley, and this young girl came up to me and she said, I can't even remember her name now, Stephanie or something like that, but she said, I sketch and draw at home after I do my homework and after I get off the computer, and I'd like to be able to do a mural. So I told her, I said, well, can you paint? Have you been allowed to paint? How old are you? And I said, if you write down your name, write down your parents' name, write down your phone number, I'll give it to some people that I work with, and I'm sure they can put you into a group. Well, I start painting again, and I'm talking to her, and she's talking back. And when I turned around, I said, like, where was a piece of paper? She looked at me, and she goes, well, Anthony, I can't write my name. I don't know how. And
Wow.
then it hit me that they stopped teaching cursor in the schools.
Yeah.
So she said I can get on the computer, and I said what you need to do if you want to be connected, you're going to have to get your parents' permission. And there's the phone again, Dave.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm fine. Hi, Dave. Hi, Anthony. How you doing?
All right. I recognize that voice.
And me. I love that
energy
voice.
lady.
God. Over the moon.
Do you have your crystal ball with you?
I don't have it today because I have this wonderful guest here today, so I didn't bring it with me.
It's okay. Can you give me a reading on your cards?
Sure, I'll use the psychic oracle cards. How's that? Because
Anyone you want.
all right, I haven't used these in a while. Like I said because Liz would always use them, so I never
That's
did.
all right.
All right, I'm going to draw 3 cards, and we'll see what they say. They must be all positive, I would imagine. But then again, all right, of course they are. The first card we have, accelerated motion. It needs no explanation with you because you're always on that higher plane and that higher level and that higher realm. You're always connected with the accelerated motion and the vibes, and you absorb it all. You can tell just by the way you talk. Everybody that comes hears your voice or sees you, feels it from you. That's how accelerated you are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right? And of course, the next card is sacrifice. But the sacrifice here is, it's not really a sacrifice because it's sort of, I don't want to say, it's not a sacrifice. You know, what it really is this, you have so much positive energy and optimism and, feel good about yourself energy all around you that it just keeps, going out and bubbling over everyone that comes in contact with you, your neighborhood. I'm telling you, your neighbors, you're so positive. Your neighbors can feel it, whether they realize it or not. So that it's not really a sacrifice, but you follow. It's just that you got so much positive energy that, I'm thinking that even you don't realize it. And so that's what the sacrifice is. And of course, here we are. Victory and success. As you can see him, he's on the edge of a cliff there, but he's tooting his own horn. And, that's what you can do. Again, with all... Yeah, because
I better hang on to it.
Really, your energy is so incredible. It's so powerful that's what it is. Victory and success. You just can't lose holding on to it because it's so powerful and so positive and just it's so out there and so at you at the same time. So there's the reading, and we'll do what Liz would always do about we'll draw the bottom card for the overall energy. Oh, wait a minute. You know what it is? That was from the last reading. I know.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. Hold on. All right, the bottom card for the overall. All right, temptation. We all have temptation, but this is, I'm going to say, this goes back to these 3 cards. It's temptation, the few naysayers. Let's face it, there's people around you that are jealous because you're so outgoing and happy all the time and uplifting and helping to other people and healing other people with your fantastic attitude. So, I wouldn't pay attention to them. That's the temptation, You might hear enough of the naysayers, but I'm sure it will have no effect on you. So...
Never does.
All right, that's right. I could tell. Really. So you're phenomenal. You sound so up and positive every time you call. I love it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yep.
You sound wonderful yourself.
All right. Thank you.
And about the politics.
Yes.
Everybody has the right to be who they are and what they are and how they feel. It all works out in the end.
That's right. That certainly does. I agree. I certainly agree, but that's why I say call your elected your elected officials, politicians, whatever you want to call it. That's why I say call them, let them know if you're happy, if you're not happy, and let them know that also. So.
Of course I would.
Very good. All right.
I go right from the beginning to the end, and you know what? It works out all the time.
It certainly does. And of course, how can it not with that attitude? It's amazing.
Attitude, gratitude, and positive.
See? Exactly. You got it. That's right. All right. What else?
Thank you very much for the reading, and have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Great. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Always a pleasure. Bye.
Miss Energy.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
I'm trying to think of her nickname. You call her Cupcake or something like that on Mary LeMay's show, because she.
Oh, really? She
it-
calls that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just full of energy all the time. That's good.
She is. I love it.
Oh.
And it's a high, it's a positive energy. It's not, it's not a pity party. It's not a woe is me. It's, it's the complete opposite.
Well, it's just like
So-
what we're we're talking a little bit about what's going on around the world, and specifically the United States. And it's not. We've had our tough times before, but after a while, you got to admit that it puts you into a depressed kind of. If you really think deep about it, and sometimes I think so deep about it that I
Yeah.
do get literally a little depressed here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to switch my paintings.
Right.
Yeah, like this week to William Cash, and on Friday I donate my time, and we're gonna do some flowers, something different, and they're students, they're beginners, but you have to change, because if you just dwell in the negative, you're gonna end up in a deeper hole.
Right. But, a
But
big,
you have to face reality at the same time.
you do, but here's a sad thing about reality today, Anthony. When I was in grade school, right, for years, every day, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights.
Right.
Now, people don't have a clue. Some people, they don't even know what the Constitution is. No. And that's the sad part, because if you know the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which is exactly your rights, you know what your freedoms are and your rights. People don't know that today. And when you don't know what they are, that's how they stampede them and they take them away from you. And that's just what they're doing now. And you got these, naive, unintelligent people that don't have a clue, and they just go right along with them and believe whatever they tell them.
And they have the attitude that, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah. He or she will get into office and everything will be taken care of. And see, that's where we make the big mistake, when we the people allow politicians to keep reelected. After a while, they're going to get connected to somebody that's going to say, hey, here's a little money. Why don't you look at it our way?
Well,
It's true. I've often wondered how people can go in and by law they have to, bear how much they're worth and this and that. How can you be worth a couple $100,000 and then come out and buy a $22 million mansion and then turn around and buy another $15 million? What's going on?
that's right. I agree.
What's going on?
Well, it's sort of just like, the two senators I was talking with earlier, Shaheen and Hassan, our senators. They're not doing anything for the constituents. It's all for their special interests. They're big contributors. And I agree. Give them the heave-ho.
Yeah, I think it's time for Shaheen and Maggie and the other one there. They keep pushing the same faults
Maggie
over and over again.
Maggie outright lies about the voting rights bill. She outright lies, and I always love it, talking about, it's always about the Republicans, the Trumpists, the white supremacists.
Yeah, it's the same old
Well,
scenario.
I mean, it's so, it's so old. But the thing is, she goes on, they're trying to deny people to vote, right? The right to vote. There's a federal number you can call. If you go to the polling place and you're not allowed to vote, you call the number. The Federal Elections Commission, no one legally entitled to vote has ever been denied the right to vote. They
Right.
outright line
But
to
they
people.
they
That's what
twist
gets me.
it to make it look just the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of hearing about white supremacists, and
Oh.
I'm tired of hearing about Black Lives Matter, and what's that other word, Antifa. Let me tell you, go on the computer, people. If anybody's listening, which I'm sure they are to Dave's show, go on the computer and research Antifa. And I did. And guess what I found out about Antifa? It goes all the way back to Nazi Germany.
Well,
Case closed.
yeah.
It's true.
Well, and if you think everything they say they're against is what they're fighting for.
Right.
Everything they say they're against.
People feel helpless too. I've talked to a lot of people say, Anthony, you're right, but what can they do about it? Like my next door neighbor, he's a veteran from the Vietnam War, and he says the same thing. He said, this country, it's going to go down. And I said, yes, it is. I said, I mean, even look at Britain. I keep my eye on the whole world. You have to. But I look at what's going on. The bottom line is, look, if everybody got together, regardless of their race, their religion, their color, we could have cured cancer a long time ago. We could have been on the moon and looking for other places to go. We could have advanced in medicine and advanced in science and biology and everything. We're all people, no matter what color we are. We're all here on this planet Earth. Why can't we get along? I mean, I have to wonder about that. I mean, don't you learn from history? Let's stop killing each other. Let's stop blowing up each other. Let's stop being such a high pinnacle where you think you're better than somebody else. So let's get rid of these people. And that's what I see in the thinking with some of these, quote, world elites. And when I see this socialism pop up, I have to scratch my head. Haven't you read a history book? Oh, you don't do that anymore. That's right. That's twisted around, and it's gone down another hill. I mean, no matter what side of the fence you're on, let's stick together and let's really look at the real problems, not something that they keep pushing in front of you saying, once they do this, then we can get them to do that. And that's what I see is going on, and it's a shame. It is. It's a shame.
is.
I mean, I can see that they're pushing artificial intelligence, but I can also see a world people are very unhappy, and I have nothing against the Chinese people, but I don't like the Chinese government. I have nothing against the Russians, but I don't like that Russian government because look what they're doing. And the same thing with Al Qaeda and Taliban going around killing innocent people every day, sponsoring terrorism. But if you say that, oh, that's racist and that's this and that, but if you invite them to sit down at the table and all talk about it, they don't want to.
No, well, you got, especially you talk about Afghanistan, right? Now, with this administration in the White House, you have Muslim Brotherhood in there. And people don't. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Hey, it's Mary.
Hello, Mary. We're doing fine. How are you doing today?
Oh, not too bad. Just had a battle a little while ago with asthma again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I just took my pill.
All right. Wow, you got to knock that stuff out, Mary. You got to stop that.
Yeah, I had to go out today and get the rest of my medicine and everything. So, the minute I hit the air, it does it.
Well, at least it was a beautiful day today until the wind came.
It was gorgeous out there. It was really nice.
Mary, who's on your show tomorrow?
I'm not sure if he's going to show up or not. That's why I'm not saying.
Okay.
In case he doesn't, it's the way it goes.
All right. Yeah. They're going to show up. I have a feeling they're going to show up.
Yeah, like the last couple of weeks ago, somebody was supposed to show up. I put the name out there, and they never showed up. They called 2 hours earlier and said they wasn't coming on. So we'll see what happens. Play it by ear.
Yeah. They're going to be showing up. I feel it, Mary.
Yeah, well, if they do, they do. That's, but the following week I will have somebody.
All right. Very
Making
good.
the arrangement and stuff, and
Speaking of it,
that's okay.
that's right. Speaking
that's
of,
part of life.
yeah. Hey, Mary. Speaking of arrangements, have you made arrangements for the snowstorm that we're supposed to get?
I know.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to cover my windshield up. And
You're
my
one
side
of them.
windows and cover my back windows up.
Oh, you're
Thursday
one.
night.
You're one of them.
I'm going to be doing the same thing. Oh, yeah.
Well, where I live, that's they put those things on their windshield and stuff.
Oh.
I go, and every snowstorm, more and more people have them, and so I say, oh, that
It
must.
helps out anyways. I just found mine. I had put it away and I forgot where I put it. So finally I found it and threw it in the car. So I said, I'll know where it is next time when I want to use it.
Right.
But I'm one of the old-fashioned one. I go out if we do end up getting a heavy snow. I go out like every hour or so and clean then and try to stay ahead of it. That way I'm not cleaning.
I'm trying to train Sylvester to go out and shovel my car, but he's not buying it, Mary. He just looks at me.
Too. I'm trying to change, one of my girls here to go out there, but they keep shaking their head. No, you do it.
Every time I mention it, he runs under the bed. I think he's telling me now.
No, mine will jump on top of there and just look at you like saying, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Right, exactly. That's how they are. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what's that? Was that a weather alert, Mary?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was. I got one a little while ago like that. I hope the person, whoever it is, that was in the bowling alley that was on there, somehow, I guess they got caught up, when the bowl goes wherever it happens, I guess they got caught up in that, and I hope they're okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Imagine that. Huh.
Yeah.
How much snow are we
and
supposed to get?
I hope the people slow down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it snows, I have a four-wheel drive. Doesn't mean I can do 60, 70 miles an hour. You got a four-wheel drive, an SUV, and people, don't pay attention to it. There's so many accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's true. I know. They think the roads are dry. That always amazed me.
Yeah.
Always amazed me. When I see them all the time, I always, speed racer.
How much snow are we supposed to get, Mary?
According to a little while ago, they said we could get up to a foot.
They're lying.
I know. I hope not. I don't really want any snow
Me either.
anymore. I don't need it.
5
I don't
inches
think
is
anybody
plenty.
wants it.
5 inches is plenty.
We're that close to spring.
I know. That's
close.
why I don't
Yeah.
want snow now. I know.
I was hoping just the dusting so I don't have to move my car.
That'd even be better with dusting. But, they
Yeah,
keep...
because anything an inch and a half to 2 inches, everybody has to move their car so
Wow.
they come in and plow.
Well,
Wow.
they let us know, right, where I live, it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
within 2 hours after it stopped snowing. What a pain. But, this is why I think they might be off with the amount of snow. I'll tell you why. Because it's not a storm warning. It's just a storm watch.
Right.
Yeah.
So a
It could
watch,
change.
right? A watch is maybe a warning is be on the lookout, but a watch is don't be on the lookout yet. So,
Yeah. Hey, for come to come, nothing. Hey, Mother Nature says, here you go, and you got to get it, no matter what you say or do.
that's right. We need climate action now. Enough with the snow.
We need sun.
Well, have you seen that? It's not climate change anymore. Now I
Yeah.
saw the signs around town. Climate action.
Yeah.
See, so because
That's
whatever it is,
another-
I know.
Yeah,
They
I know. Gee, I don't know if anybody, I guess a lot of people on Facebook have seen it, the boxcars, that's been flying around Manchester lately. I know they fly over this way.
the what?
Boxcars.
What they call the boxcars, the real huge planes that the Army has.
I saw one this morning. I was wondering what's up with that all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, maybe they're coming out of Pierce Air Force, out of Portsmouth.
Yeah. Those are cargo planes.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was
they're
this
so big.
morning.
When they go by here, you should hear the noise they make. Oh my goodness!
C-47s.
Is that what they are?
That's
They are
huge.
big.
They haul tanks
That's
and trucks.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
just say God bless them all.
That's right.
Yes.
I just hope they're
God
not
bless them all, and thank each one of them for their service.
That's right. I just hope they're not coming after us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hopefully not. Well, look at what
Yeah.
they get. What?
Watch out. One of the RoboCops is gone. Dave, look out. I think he's coming after you.
Yeah.
He escaped from the
Yep.
painting, Mary. Oh, yep. He's got a little sign. I'm coming after Dave.
There you go. I'm a goner. I'm a goner. Too much. So,
Unreal.
I know. All right, Mary.
Alrighty.
We don't have too much time left, as usual. Thanks for calling.
Alrighty.
Always a pleasure to hear you.
If you have time and you like to drop by, you're more than welcome.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you. I'll keep that. I'm going to a hailing mass tomorrow night, Mary.
Oh, are ya? Alrighty, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm going to a hailing mass with some neighbors
Yeah.
down in Derry.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, catch you guys later.
Okay.
All right, man. See you tomorrow.
Alrighty,
Okay.
catch ya.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to the beach to go swimming tomorrow.
Oh, I went last week. I didn't go swimming, but I went to the beach just to take a ride. I was 2 weeks ago.
I miss
but-
those days. I haven't
Oh,
been
you
there.
on with Mary tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on there every week.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, she's got a good show.
She does. I've only been on how many times? I've been on only twice, I think, or
Yeah,
maybe
twice.
three. Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
fun.
she's got a good show.
Yeah.
I like her thing, peace, everybody, because that's basically the way I feel. I mean,
Mhm.
that's why I say, we've been on this planet. Why can't we get along? You get tired of fighting and killing. Come on, let's be real.
I thought it said incoming call.
No.
But it disappeared. Imagine that.
No, it said RoboCop.
Be on the lookout for RoboCop
Yeah.
coming after you.
I've actually seen the videos where they have the first one when they came out was a canine. It was a dog, and the police had the control box, and it was like 15 years ago, and it was walking, but it wasn't updated, and they were saying they were going to make, and then they showed another one that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. This is a follow-up.
Hey, this
Last week,
Mr. Whoopi.
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. This is a follow-up. Last week, yes.
You said on a crystal ball about a person who works in New York.
Somebody, I said, yeah. Go ahead.
That happens to be my niece lives there and she has her own business.
Mhm.
And then you said about a girl who has her hair piled up on top of her head.
Yes, I did. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Well, I went to get my hair cut last week,
Yeah.
and guess who the stylist was? She comes out and she goes, "Hello, come here. I'll do you cut your hair, right?" And she had her hair up in a bun, and she had a little makeup on her eyes, but she had a mask on account of.
Oh, did she? Yeah, that is too funny. See that?
And then
Yes.
you gave me a 1 and a 7.
Yes.
My brother-in-law, his daughter, had a baby on the 17th.
It's amazing, isn't it? Don't ask me how it works, but see that?
You're right on the stick, as they say.
Right. Hey, I really appreciate the feedback. Really, it's sort of not that I want to say makes my head grow, but I feel good.
Where's Liz?
Liz is gone. Liz is no longer.
Oh,
Yeah, the robot
I'm gonna
cops
cry.
got her.
What?
I'm gonna.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Look at you got me instead. She didn't know how to read a crystal ball. So,
Oh,
see, right?
Yep, the robot cops came and got her.
That's right. They hauled her
how's
off.
Anthony tonight?
Just fine. Just fine. I'm
Just get
I just can't wait
the
for that
shovel out there
snow.
for.
Yeah,
Get the
Friday.
shovel out there for Friday.
Yeah, nah. Getting too old for that stuff. It's beautiful to look at, but I have to clean my car off. Oh boy.
But right, and just a quick aside. I know you're you're the sort of the whoopee guy. So I don't know if you've heard the latest, but she's getting sued. Whoopi's getting
The one up in
sued.
Maine?
Goldberg.
Oh,
Whoopi.
down in Mass.
No, Whoopi.
On the View.
Yes, she's getting sued
For what?
for
Those statements she made?
defamation about Kyle Rittenhouse. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Good for her.
Oh.
Good for him. Just so you know. So there might not be any Whoopi again.
You know, the thing is, if people would have watched the videos, and they came from the police videos, and that's what vindicated him.
Right.
It literally shows him being attacked. There's no doubt about it. So I don't. What they did was on mainstream media show you the videos they wanted you to see. Then when the police department released the drone film, boom.
But it's the same thing though.
Remember
Go ahead.
a few years ago when Trump was running for re-election, before he got elected, Whoopi and Joan Pryor said that they would move to Canada if he ever got elected.
Oh, that's right. I know. They never did. Too bad. Huh?
Yeah, they couldn't get a passport.
So who's suing Whoopi? Kyle?
Kyle.
Really?
He's suing
I don't
Whoopi
blame
up,
him.
and he's suing LeBron James and a slew of others, I guess. Good for him.
Good.
But all they do is, they went after him. Why? For the simple reason he's white.
Exactly.
And they have the nerve to talk about white supremacy. It's just pathetic. But anyway.
Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a nice weekend and everything.
Thanks. And you enjoy your evening. And thanks for calling, and thanks again for the feedback.
Yeah, right on the stick there.
All right. Thanks. All right. Talk to you again. Thanks.
Right.
Good night.
Right, bye.
Now I'm thinking about that snow.
Well, it might not be as bad as we think, but I do enjoy the feedback. See that? Look at that. I mean,
Again, it's like mainstream media about the Kyle Rittenhouse. When I first saw that, I'm thinking, oh, boom, what's wrong? And then he was guilty already, and Biden even called him a white supremacist.
But I know.
And then Whoopi Goldberg is on this white supremacist stuff. Get off that.
But that's all they can do. That's all they
Brainwashing.
know. Right. You know what they say? If you hear something enough times, you start believing it.
Right.
And that's all they, the MSM, whatever you want to call them, they have to keep that divide there somehow. Otherwise, they'll have no viewers.
Well, corporations became people under the Obama administration. They are literally called people/entities. They're people.
Unbelievable.
Yes, I know.
Unbelievable. So, anyway, we 1 minute left. So, Anthony,
Thank you.
real quick, David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. Get in touch. Love to give you a reading. In the meantime, remember, you are the winner.